that's just as important as this story is your mother and the guy that's supposed to been who you would consider your father. How did the cat's out of the bag? How were they handling this?
Well, my father who raised me, and I know I
Right.
have to specify between the two, the father who raised me passed away in 2019. And Andre, to be perfectly honest, the conversation with my mother just led to more questions. She claimed he knew. I don't know if that's true or not. I will never know if that's true.
So he went to the grave, and you'll never know.
Don't know if he knew or not. I will never ever know that. Um, my mother, um, listen, I always use the term, sometimes happy families exist in Hallmark cards. I said, I don't know any other way to put it. I love my mother, but she's difficult, and it was difficult before this. So this did not make things easier. Um,
Did she not think it was
I
not gonna
just
come
don't
out?
know.
Yeah, did
No,
she
she thought she'd take this to the
No,
grave.
everybody before DNA was discovered thought that things could be hidden. I watch these cold case files.
that's 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 just crazy.
DNA
Yeah,
changed the whole
she
world.
never thought I'd find out. But she was actually angry that I found out. Like she was very, it was in it. And that's the interesting thing to me is I was raised with me and the oldest ones are a sister are donor conceived, huge secret. The adopted sister, it was very open. We talked about it when my adopted sister turned 30, she said, I need to, she had my niece. I need to know medical history. My mother gave her information. She found her biological family. They flew from Indiana to New Jersey. They stayed with us. It was wonderful. It was very open. I had a very different experience. A very different experience. I
How
did
does
not have.
how does your religion you got a question, Jessica? I'm sorry.
No, I just think it's interesting that if it went so smoothly with her mom and for her sister, which is amazing. That's how it should be. And then for her legitimate daughters or biological daughters, I'm sorry, it was a completely different experience. It's just amazing how there's such a big contrast.
Let me ask this question, and I have to bring it up. How much does the secrecy have to do with your religion because you're Jewish?
Um, You know, it's interesting. I have been on TikTok with this since June. It's only been since June that I've kind of come out with this, so it's all fairly new to me that this is public. Older people, it's I think it's more generational, I think, than religion, although I could be wrong, that there was a stigma attached to men who were infertile. So I don't know if it was a generational thing, but yeah, and I have to be honest, and I say I'm technically beyond midlife unless I live to 106. I think I'm 53 to look back at my entire life through a different lens. My children. So my youngest daughter, the only telltale, and I look back that I ever had that something was off with my father was when my younger daughter was born. I thought she looked just like my father. She had very dark hair like him. My older daughter looked more like my side, very blonde. My younger daughter was very dark and looked like my father. And the NICU had taken her, and I was sitting in the NICU with my father. And I said to him, Daddy, she looks just like you. And I found it odd. He just looked at me. He didn't smile. He didn't make a joke. He just looked at me. Now, did he do that because he knew? My parents had that relationship where my mother, it was all about keeping my mother happy. Did my mother swear him to secrecy and he was just trying to keep her happy? I don't know. Or did he not know? Or am I looking back at it that way because now I know? Again, sometimes when I let the questions swirl in my head, it just leads to more questions and I have to kind of put it away.